In this video, I'm going to share with you how I filmed and edited 10 of my most favorite 360 shots in Thailand using the Insta360 X3. So let's get started. For the first shot, let's start with something easy called the follow shot. To capture this shot, I am using the Best360 150cm carbon fiber selfie stick. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode at 5.7K 30 frames per second. I fully extend the selfie stick, rest it on my shoulder behind me and walk forward. To edit the shot, add a keyframe at the beginning of the shot, pinch your fingers inwards to zoom out and reframe the shot in the direction you're walking in. Update the keyframe and this will save the view for the first keyframe. Then go to the end of the shot, add a keyframe, use the linear field of view to zoom in, then choose how you'd like the shot to end. Update the keyframe and now this view has been saved for the second keyframe and you now have a follow shot with a slow zoom in. You can use the Insta360 selfie stick if you want to, but it is limited to 114 centimeters, so you're not going to get a wide enough view behind you compared to the Best360 150cm selfie stick. Shot number 2 is the Flowerscope Shot. To capture this shot, I am using the Best360 selfie stick. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode, 5.7K 30 frames per second. I extended the selfie stick by 2 stems, made sure the X3 lens is as close to the flowers as possible and walked slowly forward. To edit the shot, add a keyframe at the beginning of the shot, use the tiny planet field of view as a starting point, then pinch your fingers inwards to zoom out even more. Swipe your finger down to turn it into an inverted tiny planet. Tap Update Keyframe to save this view for the first keyframe. Then go to the end of the shot, add a keyframe, pinch your fingers slightly outwards and this will create a slow zoom in effect. And now you have a Flowerscope shot. Shot number 3 is bullet time. To capture this shot, I'm using the Insta360 bullet time string. For this shot, I set the X3 to bullet time mode, 4K 120 frames per second. Swing the X3 above your head at 1 rotation per second and after 6 rounds, bring it down. To edit this shot, I'm going to use speed, section speed, leave the first second at normal speed, so I'm facing the back of me, add speed here, until it goes all the way round to the side. Tap the tick here. Change this speed to 4 times speed. And whilst I'm at the side, I will leave 1 second gap of normal speed. Then add 4 times speed all the way round until it reaches the front. Then leave 1 second of normal speed, then add 4 times speed again, till it goes all the way around to the side. Then add 1 second of normal speed, and then 4 times speed until the end. Tap the tick to confirm, and you now have a bullet time shot. Shot number 4 is a car hyperlapse. To capture this shot, I am using the Best360 magnetic camera mount and Best360 selfie stick. Only use this setup up to 30 or 40 miles per hour on smooth road. If you want to drive faster up to your legal limit, like in the UK, 70 miles per hour, then use the Best360 magnetic camera mount with the 10cm spacer. And this will be the safest way to use the X3 at high speed. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode, 5.7K 30 frames per second. Carefully place the magnetic camera mount on your car hood or roof in the middle and off you go. To edit this shot, the first thing I'm going to do is add direction lock, so the X3 will follow the direction the car is traveling in. So to do this, go to Settings and turn on Direction Lock. To turn this shot into a hyperlapse, I'm going to add 8 times speed. So to do this, go to speed, and in the speed section, add 8 times speed. Tap the tick to confirm. Next, I'm going to reframe the shot and put the car in the middle. So to do this, add a keyframe. Choose your field of view. I will use the linear field of view to get rid of fisheye distortion. Update the keyframe to save this view, and you now have a road timeshift shot. Shot number 5 is the timeshift shot. To capture this shot, I'm using the Insta360 selfie stick. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode at 5.7K 30 frames per second. Extend the selfie stick above your head and walk around the landmark for 5 to 10 minutes. To edit this shot, the first thing I'm going to do is add speed. Because the shot is around 4 minutes long, it's going to take too long to keyframe 4 minutes of video. So by adding speed, I will only have to keyframe around 15 seconds of video. So to do this, tap speed, go to section speed, leave the first and last second as normal video because I like to show the start and end point of my shot. Tap add speed and add speed throughout the entire shot except for the last second. Tap the tick to confirm and change this speed to 16 times. Tap the tick to confirm. And now you have 14 seconds of video to reframe. Go to the beginning of the shot, add a keyframe. I will choose the linear field of view to get rid of fisheye distortion. Choose how you would like the shot to look like at the beginning. Update the keyframe to save this view. Now slowly work your way through the shot and reframe the shot by adding keyframes. So I'll add a keyframe here after the corner. Now I'll double check the reframe looks okay, which it does. I will add a keyframe before the next corner, which is here. I will add the next keyframe after the corner, which is here. I will move forward before the next corner. Add a keyframe here. Add the next keyframe after the corner, which is here. Go to the next corner before it turns, which is here. Then move after the corner. Add a keyframe here. And finally, add a keyframe at the end of the shot. And now you have a timeshift shot. Shot number 6 is the backpack third-person view. To capture this shot, I'm using the Insta360 Monopod Pro and the Insta360 camera backpack. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode at 5.7K 30 frames per second. Extend the selfie stick by 1.5 or 2 stems, then put the selfie stick with the 500 gram counterweight in the backpack selfie stick holder, lock it into place and then start your activity. To edit this shot, the first thing I will do is add direction lock. Since the X3 is in a fixed position, and I want to follow the direction the motorbike is traveling in, by turning on direction lock, the X3 will follow the direction of the motorbike automatically, so I don't need to add keyframes manually. So to do this, go to settings and turn on direction lock and confirm. Next, I want to turn this shot into a hyperlapse. So to do this, I will add 8 times speed. So go to speed, and in the speed section, add 8 times speed. This will add 8 times speed throughout the entire shot. Tap the tick to confirm. Next, I'm going to reframe the shot to position the motorbike in the middle, pinch my fingers inwards to zoom out, add a keyframe at the beginning of the shot, and now you have a backpack third-person view shot. Shot number 7 is bird's eye view. To capture this shot, I am using the Insta360 3-meter extended selfie stick. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode at 5.7K 30 frames per second. Fully extend the 3-meter extended selfie stick in the air and hold it in place. To edit the shot, first I will look down at the longboat, add a keyframe and use the linear field of view to get rid of fisheye distortion. Then 3.5 seconds later, I will turn the view 90 degrees, add a keyframe here. Then at the end of the shot, I will turn the view 90 degrees again to look at the second boat and add a keyframe here. And now you have a bird's eye view shot. Shot number 8 is the Speedboat third-person view. To capture this shot, I used the Best 360 clamp and the Insta360 114cm invisible selfie stick. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode at 5.7K 30 frames per second. Clamp the X3 as far front of the boat as possible and fully extend the selfie stick. To edit this shot, the first thing I'm going to do is add direction lock. Now because the X3 is in a fixed position and I want to follow the direction the boat is traveling in, by turning on direction lock, the X3 will automatically follow the direction the boat is traveling in without me having to add keyframes throughout the entire video. So to turn on direction lock, go to Settings, Direction Lock and Confirm. Next, I'm going to add speed to turn this shot into a hyperlapse. So to do this, go to Speed. I will use 8 times speed, which will be added throughout the entire shot. Tap the tick to confirm. And finally, I'm going to reframe the shot to put the boat in the center of the frame. Pinch your fingers inwards to zoom out. Add a keyframe to save this view at the beginning of the shot, and you now have a Speedboat third-person view shot. Shot number 9 is the Speedboat follow view. To capture this shot, I am using the Insta360 3-meter extended selfie stick. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode, 5.7K 30 frames per second. Fully extend the selfie stick at the back of the boat and hold it in place. To edit the shot, add a keyframe looking towards the sea. In the next 1.5 seconds, add a keyframe looking towards the speedboat. At the end of the shot, pinch your fingers inwards to zoom out. Add a keyframe to save this view, and you now have a speedboat follow shot. Shot number 10 is the Longboat tracking shot. For this shot, I am also using the Insta360 3-meter extended selfie stick. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode, 5.7K 30 frames per second. Fully extend the selfie stick to the side of the boat and hold it in place. To edit this shot, look towards the longboat, pinch your fingers inwards to zoom out. Add a keyframe at the beginning of the shot. Go to the end of the shot, pinch your fingers slightly outwards to zoom in. Add a keyframe, and now you have a longboat tracking shot. If you're enjoying this video and learning a lot from it, then consider sharing this video with your friends and family so they can also get the best out of their X3. Now here's 3 extra bonus shots. Bonus shot 1 is the tiny planet view. To capture this shot, I'm using the Best 360 clamp and the Insta360 114cm invisible selfie stick. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode, 5.7K 30 frames per second. Clamp the X3 vertically in the air and fully extend the selfie stick. Alternatively, you can use the Insta360 3-meter extended selfie stick as well and just fully extend the selfie stick vertically in the air. To edit the shot, add a keyframe at the beginning of the shot. Tap the tiny planet field of view, pinch your fingers inwards to zoom out, drag your finger up to turn it into the tiny planet view. Tap Update Keyframe to save this view at the beginning of the shot. Go to the end of the shot, add a keyframe, pinch your fingers slightly outwards, and this will create a zoom in effect. And you now have a tiny planet shot. Bonus shot 2 is the pan shot. For this shot, I set the X3 to 360 video mode, 5.7K 30 frames per second. Just move the selfie stick in a single direction and hold it in place, then you'll add the pan movement in editing. To edit this shot, first I will look towards the train. I will pinch my fingers inwards to make the train appear further away. Add a keyframe at the beginning of the shot. 2 seconds later, I will add a keyframe, use the linear field of view to bring the train closer, and pinch my fingers in slightly to push it a little bit further back. Center the train in the middle of the shot. Update the keyframe to save this view for the second keyframe. Then at the end of the shot, I'll reframe the view in the direction the train is traveling in. Add a keyframe here, and you now have a pan shot. Bonus shot 3 is the night lapse shot. To capture this shot, I used the Best360 clamp and the Insta360 114cm invisible selfie stick. For this shot, I am using interval mode, set to 18 megapixels, 3-second interval, and in the exposure settings, I am using manual mode, ISO 100, white balance 5000 Kelvin, shutter speed set to 1 second, and the format is set to JPEG plus RAW. Go to a skyscraper and clamp the X3 onto a railing and wait 30 minutes or more for the time lapse to capture. To edit the shot, go to Stories. Under Shot Lab, go to Star Lapse. Use this theme. Select your time lapse. Wait for the app to process the video. Once it's complete, tap Edit Further. Tap the tick to confirm the reframe. We will change it later. Because the time lapse is 23 seconds long, I want to add speed to make it shorter. So tap Speed. I'll add the speed to the entire clip and change it to 2 times speed. Next, I'm going to change the aspect ratio to 9:16. So to do this, go back, go to Ratio, choose 9:16. And finally, I'm going to add a smooth cinematic pan. So to do this, go to Reframe, and I will choose where I want the shot to start. Then go to the end of the shot, and I will pan to the right, and add a keyframe here. So now when I play it back, now you have a motion time-lapse shot. That's it for this video. Now you know 13 different shots you can use in your next travel vlog video. Hit the like button if you learned something new, subscribe for more X3 tutorials, and I will see you in the next video.